Hello students, how are you today? I hope you are doing well. As for me, I'm great. I'm enjoying the summer feeling. It's getting hotter and hotter day by day. Summer is near. Anyway, today my lesson is coronavirus. Help my student to learn some of the important vocabulary about coronavirus and expressions too. So let's go on. At first, look at coronavirus. Coronavirus was the name at first, then it changed to COVID-19. COVID-19. It's mean coronavirus disease 2019. It started in 2019. How can we express? For example, I can say, I have COVID-19. You have COVID-19. Or she has COVID-19. It's same like coronavirus. He has COVID-19. Okay. Or in a fancy way, you can say they tested positive for the coronavirus. Tested positive mean they have coronavirus. Or you can say vice versa, they tested negative for COVID-19. It's mean they don't have the virus. So if you are tested positive about some disease, it means you have that disease. If you are tested negative, it means you do not have it. Okay? Let's look at the symptoms or illness. Symptoms or illness of coronavirus. What is symptoms? It's a common phrase in medical term. It means that you are showing some kind of physical or mental signs of this illness. Okay? For example, let's talk about the symptoms. What are the symptoms of coronavirus? You can say, he has a cough. That is a cough. She has a cold. Okay? Not cold from the weather. It's mean cold because of symptoms, illness. He's sneezing. Sneezing means achoo. In this kind of coronavirus period, we should cover with the mask when we sneeze or use our elbow band to sneeze. Okay, another symptoms. She has a fever. Fever means temperature. You know, when you get hot and hot, that is a fever. In another example, we can say he's running a temperature. Running a temperature means having a fever. How do we make a question? What is her temperature? If you check from, like this, or some thermometer we have to use in mouth. Nowadays we have a digital one, ears, they can check your temperature. What is her temperature? Her temperature is 39 degree. Fatigue. What is fatigue? When you feel very tired. That is fatigue. You always feel tired. That is called fatigue. Another symptoms, dangerous one, difficulty breathing. If you have a difficulty in breathing, you need to go to the hospital and you need to go on a ventilator. It's hard for her to breathe. It's hard for her to breathe. So let's look at some 3 very common advanced words related to coronavirus. Number 1, outbreak. If there is an outbreak, it means something happens suddenly. So a lot of people are affected. They got a disease. So for example, when the coronavirus hit the city Wuhan, China, they said there was an outbreak in Wuhan city. Something happens suddenly. Okay, outbreak of disease. Okay, good. Number 2, epidemic. Epidemic means when the outbreak spread to more or to other areas. So when the disease, there is an outbreak of that disease and it spread to different areas or to others, it became a epidemic. So we can use the example, when the outbreak spread, it became an epidemic. Let's move on to pandemic. What is pandemic? Pandemic is when the disease, outbreak, epidemic, when it spread to other countries, all over the world, it becomes pandemic. Okay? So the example is the WHO declared COVID-19 a pandemic. The WHO stands for World Health Organization. Epidemic now spread to all over the world and became a pandemic. You understand? Now this disease, it was outbreak in Wuhan city and then it spread in that city and other areas. It was epidemic. Now it spread all over the world, so it is pandemic. Good? Okay. Let's look at some vocabulary and expression. Okay? Number 1, measures. What is measure? It means taking necessary steps. Look at the example. The health authorities took various measures, mean taking several steps to control this virus. If you take various measures in doing something, you take many steps. You take many steps. It's important, it's a good word. Measures. What kind of measures are you taking in this problem? It means what kind of steps are you taking in this problem, for this problem? Transmission. What is transmission? Transmission means passing on to other people. They wanted to limit the transmission of the virus. As you know, the coronavirus is so contagious. You can get the virus from other people so easily. So, if you have a coronavirus, you are a transmitter. If you have a coronavirus, you can transmit to other. So transmission. Okay? Transmit. They mean all the health organization. They wanted to limit the transmission of the virus. Good. Look at another one, isolation. If you isolate yourself, it means you do not talk, you stay in your house, in your room, you isolate yourself, separate from other. So in this coronavirus, people isolated themselves at home. So let's look at the example. People who have the coronavirus must, it was must, when it declared pandemic, they said must be in isolation. We should go into isolation. Self-isolate. If you are sick, what do you do in coronavirus? If you're sick, even you do not have a coronavirus, if you're sick or you're weak, you stay in your house. You do not meet people. What do you do? Self-isolate yourself. Self-isolate or go into isolation. Stop meeting, stop going outside. You confine yourself at home. Several people in different countries, they did that to protect other people. Okay, next word is quarantine. You heard a lot, especially on the airplane and after, Corona burst out, Corona break out, there is a quarantine system. Okay, people who might have the coronavirus are asked to be in quarantine or self-quarantine. Like in this coronavirus, there were 14 days period that we should be self-quarantine. Let's look at another word, lockdown. Lockdown. It's also, now students are locked down in their houses. So let's look at the example. The city is in, under, on lockdown. You can use the preposition as per the situation. Lockdown means people are not allowed to go where they want to go. For example, like schools, locked down. In some countries, shops are locked down. Offices are on the lockdown. Businesses locked down. Restaurant, movie theater, and other different places were facing lockdown situation. Do you understand what is lockdown? It's mean not allowed to do what they want. They are locked down at their home. Let's look another word. Community spread. What is community spread? Mean they are concerned about community spread. It's mean the people are worried that the virus can spread in whole the community. So we call it, they are concerned, they are worried about the community spread. So they lock down. They ask for everyone to lock down. So coronavirus do not spread in the community. Okay, let's look at some of the expressions. To declare a pandemic. If you declare a pandemic, it means you said, okay, this outbreak is now pandemic. Understand? Let's look at another one. To ban large gatherings. To ban means to stop. Okay? To ban. So, several shops which are not important, not essential, they were banned. Okay? To restrict travel. Restrict means to limit a travel, not ban, restrict. Mean some very important case they can travel, not important case they are restrict. So many countries they restricted their people not to travel. Good. To seal borders. To seal mean to close, to shut down. Borders mean, like in Korea, our border are connected with North Korea. So we seal the border. Nobody can come in and goes out from there. Okay, nobody can pass. To avoid contact with others, it means not to contact others. Avoid. To stock up on groceries. Yes, maybe we all did somewhere, somehow. When the coronavirus was on the peak in Korea, we went to the market and we buy a lot of things together. Ramen and other, cold storage food. In case there was some problem buying the food or going out. In case of lockdown situation. So, to stock up mean to gather many things. So, we stock up groceries. To shut mean to close. To shut non-essential businesses. Non-essentials mean not important. Okay? Essential mean like supermarket. It's very essential because we have to go and buy our daily food and daily stuff. So these superstores or stores or departments are essential. But non-essential businesses were shut down. Shut down means close. If you shut the door, you close the door. Shut down. Let's look at another one. To cancel. The word cancel. To cancel school, universities. Even now, till these days, schools are cancelled. There are no more classes. We are teaching online. Okay? Another expression, to postpone event. Postponed means to delay. If you have a meeting this weekend with your friend and in some case you are so busy, you can postpone it to other week. Next one, to control the spread. To control means to limit. If you control something, you limit. to contain the transmission. It's very similar to control. More fancy way, we say to contain the transmission. Okay, to control. To develop symptoms. Develop mean, you can have fever, next you can have cough, and then hard to breathe. You are developing symptoms of coronavirus. To test patient. You know that there are a lot of testing going on all over the world related to coronavirus. To test by swabbing your nose or your mouth. New word, to hunker down. To hunker down at home. Hunker down mean, let me give an example first. I'm going to hunker down and stay at home for a long time. Why? That when the disease will be over, I will go out. To hunker down mean to make yourself stay home. To hunker down, to stay home. You put yourself in a lockdown situation at your home. You do not go out until the situation is get better. To live stream a press conference. Live stream mean going on a live. To show live on the internet through videos and audios. Student, that we as a teacher also have to go on a live stream with our students. Good. Next one, to flatten the curve. Watch on the TV the graph going up and then straight down. So when it goes up, it's dangerous. So people are trying to flatten it. Flatten the curve. The curve is huge. Especially in America, it's very huge. But in Korea, it was a little bit goes up, and then Korean government, they help to flatten the curve. But some of the adjectives. The virus is contagious. It means it can pass easily to other. If something is contagious, it means it's easily passed to others. Some people says, if you yawn, it is contagious. Okay. To test positive. She tested positive. If somebody is tested positive, it means it is a confirmed case. Event or unprecedented. Unprecedented means never happened in your lifetime. All these events are unprecedented in my life. It never happened in my lifetime. If something happened unprecedented, it means never happened before. What is recommendation? If somebody, especially in this time of coronavirus, what is our recommendations? Maintain social distancing. Maintain, it means minimize. Social distancing. Avoid contact with sick people. Wash hands frequently with soap. Or when you're outside, use hand sanitizer. So I hope you learn some vocabulary, some expressions related to COVID-19. So it's time to say goodbye, students. Keep safe. Look at my lesson over and over again if you do not understand. Until we meet again. Time to say goodbye.